from the Struck Bible, and this is a very dear friend of mine, Marta.
Hi.
Hello, and we are here today to actually discuss and raise awareness of a really quite a serious condition. It happens to us females. In fact, it happens to about 2 million of us in the UK, and we're going to be talking to you today about endometriosis. So this is a word that's kind of thrown about a little bit. You might have heard it, you might not have heard it, but basically I'm here with Marta today. She actually has been suffering with endometriosis for quite some time now, and I just want to basically interview her so that I can raise awareness and also kind of just give you a positive perspective on this condition, and just kind of give you all the information that we can give you today, and then send you off with some other advice and other charities that can help you out with the condition of endometriosis as well. Okay, so Marta, please tell me, what are the main symptoms of endometriosis?
So the majority of the symptoms will be, for me, based on my experience, will be tummy cramps, and it's basically on the line of your belly button. There will be the pain. Sometimes it's quite hard, and it just goes down to your legs.
Yeah.
So it's quite difficult to focus, to walk, to sit down. You just feel uncomfortable, which sometimes is mistaken for a period pain.
Yeah, so this happens, I mean, obviously this is something that happens continuously, but it does affect the period quite substantially. So it will make your periods heavier, more painful.
Yes.
You might get bleeding in between periods, or pain after sex, or it's just something that basically is in the area of that kind of lower abdominal area.
Yeah.
Not only does it affect kind of the womb and the kind of ovarian area, but it can actually go throughout the bowels and the lower abdomen, and basically anywhere that's connected.
Yeah.
There are many theories of how or what causes endometriosis, and it's still very kind of undiscovered. There's only a few theories, and one of the main one which they're sticking to is where you have a period but the lining doesn't actually leave fully, and therefore it sort of attaches itself to.
Yeah, so basically leaves, so it's called endometriosis. The name is coming from endometrium, which is inside of your womb, and basically it's blood cells. Instead of turning into a blood, they kind of leave your womb, and they go spread outside your womb. They are easily moved with any liquid in your body, which is natural thing. However, what's happening, they don't disappear. They kind of, the easiest way to say is glue to your other organs.
So they can move about the tissue. Basically, endometriosis is where the tissue actually is growing on the outside of the uterus, or outside of the womb, instead of kind of growing inside. So what Marta's saying is that the way that this travels round to the bowels or the lower abdomen or any kind of organs through the lower part is that you said it moves fluidly, like it's quite easy to move around.
It's quite easy,
and
yes.
it attaches itself.
And then it's every month you would have your period, so there will be more coming out.
Just adding on.
And just it covers, and it's like a blanket,
crap.
so it covers over this organ. Then if the cover is quite big and then kind of attaches, it gets connected to the other organ, this is what creates the pain.
Okay.
So the organs kind of going together, it's like a magnet.
It's just like ball pressure, I
It's
guess.
like a pressure.
Stuff, things that shouldn't be where they should be, I think
They can be moved.
always going to be causing pain, and it's not good, basically. Okay, well, basically I want to share Marta's story because she's been a friend of mine for a long time. I've known her. I have heard about her journey through this. She's often mentioned it in the past, and since she's mentioned it, I often hear a lot more other women talking about it. I actually have close family members and friends potentially going through this as well, so I just thought it'd be something really good to raise awareness and to kind of educate women more on this condition. So Marta, when did you start noticing that something wasn't right with your body with this?
Yeah, so at the moment I'm 35.
35, looking good.
So yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe about 10 years ago I have noticed that the pains I'm having are not really as normal as they should be.
They were increasing.
They were increasing with age, and I have been going to the doctors trying to find a solution, try to find what causes those pains, whether it's my lifestyle, whether it's something really I should worry about. And I can say that it really took about around 10 years for them to
10 years
to discover and to kind of name it.
10 years to discover and get diagnosed. So were you turned away quite a lot with this? Did they just think that you were just being a woman that couldn't handle her periods, and that they didn't really understand what you were coming from? Did you find you had to kind of fight for this quite a bit?
Yes, you do. And I think that's the whole problem. There will be girls there, ladies there, who not necessarily would fight for what it should be fight for.
When you were younger, she was told by the doctors that, oh, it's just your period, you just have it's heavy, it's bad, and that's that. But because Marta was younger, she kind of was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And therefore left it a lot longer, which could have actually done more damage than good.
Possibly.
So she was just turned away, basically. So obviously the pain, things kept continuing. It got worse and worse. So I suppose eventually you went back to the doctors. They actually took you seriously. So what is the process for getting diagnosed with this?
So the only way of actually being diagnosed is by laparoscopy, which is a keyhole surgery. It's done with a laser. So you have 3 holes in your tummy. The camera goes through your belly button, and there's another 2 supportive metal bits in your tummy. So what they do, they pump a blue gas inside your tummy, and then kind of all the organs are floating, your tummy expands, and this is when the camera can see with the camera is attached to the laser, so can see under the blue light where are the tissues.
Okay.
So this is the only way you can actually see
where
the endo is
actually having an operation. So beforehand you might have the symptoms, and what they'll do is they'll check your bloods, they'll check your hormone levels, they'll check if you've got any STDs, they'll look through your cervix, they might even do an ultrasound in your womb just to check if there's any cysts, because sometimes endometriosis can create cysts on your ovaries and inside your womb, which is also very painful. So before you even reach to the point of knowing that you've got it, you will have to go through the process of elimination to tick off everything off your list. Hopefully you'll never get to that point. Maybe you'll just have a little problem, they'll find something. But if they can't find anything wrong with your bloods, your cervix, anything like that, then I guess your next step would be to go through, is it general anaesthetic?
It's unfortunately general anaesthetic.
So you get put to sleep and then they take a biopsy.
So sorry to cut this video short. If you'd like to continue to watch the other half, please visit Struck Bible Endometriosis Real Talk Part 2.